Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Welcome back in for another video. Filming this on St. Patrick's Day 2020 in the middle of the coronavirus / COVID-19 outbreak. I'm at home for a few days, being able to work from home. And as you know, if you've been watching the channel, it hasn't been a video posted in a while, but man, has there been some activity around the channel. I am super shocked and excited that the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge video has made it to as many wet shavers on YouTube as it has, including some titans in the pantheon of wet shaving like Paul H. and Ruds and IMCDB and Mantic59, Nick Shaves, Kevy Shaves. I'm sure I'm leaving out some heavy hitters here. I've put a post on my Instagram about the people that have posted and how blown away I've been. I'm gonna take these glasses off, they're fogging up a little bit. But it's just been amazing. I have a playlist on the channel of all the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 videos. I'll link it up here so that you can check it out if you have not seen it yet. And if you're aware of any 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 videos that are not in that playlist, I've tried to catch them all, but I'm sure I have missed some. And if you are aware of those, if you'd let me know about those, either post a link down in the comments so that I can add them to the playlist, that would be really appreciated. The shave today, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about channel updates, that kind of thing as we go through the shave. I'm going to be using, for the first time, a soap from Murphy & McNeil. This is the Natahalia. This is what their samples look like, by the way. They come in a little flat, full pack. I am using the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Moonscape Scuttle today. I've got it filled up with hot water. I'm going to press some of this soap down into the scuttle. It's pretty large. There it is. Maggard's Super High Density 2-band Badger Fan Knot, riding on Wild West Brushworks handle. I've used the electric kettle from the kitchen, as I often do, to prepare my shave water. If you do something like that, if you boil water for your shave water, be sure to check the temperature of it. Got a little meat thermometer here to measure the temperature of the water. It's at 129 right now. I like to get it down to about 120, 125. So I'm gonna run a little cooler water in there. You can get scalded on water above 120, although I found that I can tolerate like a 125. I'm going to wet the hot towel, apply that to the face for a minute. This is exciting video, 30 seconds of me holding a washcloth on my face. Guys, if you're not occasionally incorporating that into your shave routine, you're missing out. I'm going to go with a little pre-shave day. I'm going to go with Parasso. This is white. So let's get a little of this put on the face. Reapply the hot washcloth. All right, now we're ready to get into the shave. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Twist Ascension Double Open Comb Adjustable Copper Razor. Feather blade in there. First use, go into the scuttle and start building a bowl lather. All right, let's see what we got here. It's a little on the frothy side. Let me go back in here and get a little bit more. First pass with the green. By the way, I've got like almost, I think it's almost a week's worth of growth on. So this shave is long overdue in a lot of ways. But particularly a video on the channel is long overdue. I've actually recorded a lot of footage intended for the channel, but just have not had the time to sit down and edit it. So My last video was using a new review format, and it was sort of a pilot, test run, a beta video, if you will. Okay, good first pass. Yeah, this soap's very slick. But anyway, in that review video, if you haven't watched it, or if you have, I basically started a more systematic way of trying to do product reviews. And so they're not so much a shave like this as they are straight reviews with a little shaving B-roll rolled in, shaving footage rolled in. And I posted the video, obviously, to YouTube, but also over on the Shaving Cadre, shavingcadre.com, which is basically an online forum / community for wet shavers. I'm going to go so far as to say for gentlemen wet shavers, because everybody I've encountered on that, super nice, very generous with their time and sharing samples and all kinds of shaving brotherhood type of activity. Anyway, I posted a review over there to get some feedback. And if you have not watched that last video, I would encourage you to do so, because I would like for you to provide feedback on the format I used and how you would like to see it improved. And I received a lot of great feedback on the Shaving Cadre, particularly from Gear Noir. I want to give a shout out to him. He really wrote some detailed feedback, and I really appreciate his time. It's the exact kind of thing I was wanting. Also, I reached out to the artisan whose soap that I reviewed in that video to get their feedback about whether they thought it was fair and things like that. And so got some good feedback through that process. By the way, they did think it was fair. And one of the things I mentioned in that video, which was the packaging being transparent rather than opaque, she actually has changed her packaging, not in response to that video, but had already been planning changing the packaging for that reason of that UV light naturally shortens the shelf life of a soap, but also shortens the shelf life of any fragrance or essential oils that are in there. So let's go here with this third pass. That second one was across the grain, by the way. Smooth shave. Been using the feathers more than the Persona Reds lately, ever since Nurse Dave from over at Nurse Dave's Shaving World, and also the Shaving Cadre, got me using the feathers, because he let me borrow his Rockwell 6S, and I asked him which blades he tended to use in it, and he said the feathers. So that's what I used, and I'm really loving the feather blades. I know that I'm late to this party, and a lot of people love the feather blades, but I honestly was, everybody's talking about how aggressive they were. But, I don't find that to be. It just depends what razor they're in and your technique and how long you've been wet shaving. And so I've been at it, I guess, almost 2.5 years now, so I'm a little more comfortable using the blade. Anyway, as you can see, I've tried to incorporate a lot of aspects of a product, a lot of the different characteristics. And I got to tell you that there's a couple things that really influenced me wanting to do that format. One is Rudd's. Like, I've always really appreciated Rudd's shaves, shave score. So I wanted to do something sort of similar to that, maybe quantify it even a little more with some of the other qualities of the soap, including fragrance. And even though that's subjective, the actual ingredients, in other words, whether a fragrance oil or essential oils used, and also the actual ingredients in the soap, using the Skin Deep database in terms of ingredient safety and the degree to which some ingredients may be toxic, those kinds of things. I would love your feedback on it, ways you would like to see it improved. The other influence on that is actually a lot of pocket knife reviewers and the systems they use. I'm thinking particularly of Nut and Fancy, Nick Shabazz. Anyway, you're going to see a lot more of those types of videos. And one of the things that Gear Noir suggested that I really loved was the idea of starting out the reviews, meaning the whole series, before I start doing a lot of them, with some reference soaps. In other words, do some reviews on soaps commonly used in wet shaving, because that would kind of establish a baseline for all the other products. And by the way, I'm not going to just do soaps. I'm going to do post-shave products, pre-shave products, razors, blades, scuttles, whatever else related to wet shaving. So let me rinse off here and we'll get into the post-shave. All right. That felt great. All right, so I think I want to skip the alum and go straight in, since it's St. Patrick's Day, to Proraso Green. Now, I like Proraso Green, but honestly, like in that scent space and face feel space, I actually like Skin Bracer better than Proraso Green. I love a lot of Proraso's products, the Green Balm, the White Balm, and the Blue Balm, and like all of those. So we're going to go with the Green Balm here of Proraso. Got way too much in the hand. Okay, that was a good shave. I enjoyed that. You know, it's as you probably know from watching the channel, I don't shave every day, and certainly this kind of missed almost a whole week here of shaves. It always feels more enjoyable when it's been a while. It's kind of weird because I guess just because you're taking off more hair. I don't really know how to explain why it's better. Really would love your feedback on the review format, soaps you would like to see me review, soaps that you consider to be in, what would be considered the base reference soaps. Like, what are those, handful of soaps that, every wet shaver probably should try at one point, or that every wet shaver that's been in it a while knows about and has probably tried, and can, so when somebody says tobacco, people tend to know, okay, I've tried that, I know what that's like, or Proraso Green, or Sterling Barbershop, or Mitchell's Wool Fat. I could go on and go on. But what would be the ones you would consider reference soaps that would establish a baseline? And then also, if you're aware of another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 video that's not in the playlist, I'll put my original 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 video at the end of the video here in the post row, along with the playlist, so you can check those out. And if you weren't tagged, feel free to do one. I mean, I'm absolutely blown away. I think I just crossed like 200 subscribers. And so to have a video blow up like that, and I've got to thank, like, first and foremost, Glenn Helly and Nurse Dave over at Nurse Dave Shaving World for sharing it, and then the Shaving Cadre picked it up, and it kind of blew up from there. And then as it got so big and it got to some big shavers, I contacted like 4 of the folks that I've watched the most often, in addition to the people who had already done it, because I couldn't believe some of the bigger ones had done it. Like when I saw that like Mantic 59 and Nick Shaves did it, I couldn't believe it. And so I reached out to Kevy Shaves and Paul H. and to IMCDB and Ruds, and asked them if they would consider doing it. And they'd actually all been tagged by somebody else, which blew me away. But they did it, and I really appreciate that. And I've noticed increased traffic to the channel and more subscribers. I haven't posted a video in a while, and yet the subscriber count is going up. I know some of that's over past videos, but also just the attention from the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge. So to everybody who did a video or shared one or subscribed, newcomers, I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me, and you're going to see an increase in video content. I would love your feedback on the review format. I'm going to be putting a lot of those reviews out, make those as fast as possible. This is more one of those longer rambling shaves. I really have enjoyed getting to meet a lot of new people through this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge, and being able to add people that I'm following and subscribe to. And I tell you, the wedge shaving community continues to amaze me. Just the I guess friendliness and camaraderie, and just general overall warmth that I've received from other wet shavers, whether it's on the Shaving Condre or just out there on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Check out the review video I did. Give me your feedback. Also, if you haven't done the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please do one. I would love to see your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge countdown. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.